Kisa. Right here, this is Desiree Perez. She is Jay-Z right hand. She is Jay-Z right hand man. She is the CEO of Roc Nation. If remember, whenever something crazy or some Jay-Z wanna make something crazy happen to somebody, Jay-Z normally call her, and she's a so-called former federal informant, meaning because the reason she's still out and free right now is because one time she was a federal informant to a big drug lord, I believe in one in Miami or New York or something like that. And because she was part of the system, right? She was working with those people, but because she became an informant, she was able to spend less time in jail, walk free, and now she has to live her freedom life. Now, let's move on forward with the whole Tory Lanez situation. Remember when Tory Lanez was telling you how Desiree Perez was part of the people who was trying to tampering with his situation, get him a lawyer, interfere with with the prosecutor. They was working with prosecutor, like so that people was trying to change their story, which is like the guy who we hear in the radio said it wasn't Tory who shot it was Megan, but when he came to testify, it's all happened to her. Roc Nation have a group of people where they use their company and order, which is what a real RICO should be looking like, using different organizations to make them do the dirty work. Dirty organization meaning like the cops, different medical confiscation. They allow her to do that dirty work. Well, she did. If you think that is evil of her to do that to somebody that's not even her family, imagine what you think she will do that to her own family. But guess you were wrong. Check what she did to her own daughter, because I guess her daughter is dating a black guy, and which is weird to me. You're working with black people, but I don't know if it's because he's black or because she doesn't like him. She go out of the way to like do the heinous thing towards her daughter and her son-in-law just so she can break them up. You think I'm lying? Check this out.
A South Florida woman is taking legal action after she says she spent nearly 2 weeks in mental health institutions for no legitimate reason.
She claims in a recently filed lawsuit that it was orchestrated by her own mother, and others who should have protected her failed her.
NBC6 investigative reporter Amy Viteri has her story.
So legally, I can go home.
No, you cannot.
Why?
Because you're being Baker acted.
Body camera video shows the moments Broward deputies encouraged Demore Hadley to get into this pickup truck with people she says she didn't know.
I can't ride with you and you guys take me?
You're going to be in handcuffs, so dog's not going to be able to come?
No, I don't want to be in handcuffs.
Okay.
Demore says they took her to a hospital for a mental health evaluation after this doctor signed paperwork saying she was a risk to herself.
What he told me was, we received a call from your family that you tried to OD the night before.
A doctor she says she'd never met before. And according to Demore, it's her own mother who's behind it. In this lawsuit, she claims her mother, Desiree Perez, used unlawful means to have Demore falsely detained under Florida's Baker Act and Marchman Act.
So she's the CEO of Roc Nation, a company that she owns along with Sean Carter, the famous rapper Jay-Z.
The complaint alleges a conspiracy, saying Perez used her money, power, and influence to tear apart Demore and her husband, Javon Hadley, and created an enterprise of individuals to effectuate her plot.
To essentially try to separate me from my husband and to falsely accuse him of domestic violence.
Perez has repeatedly denied these allegations in court filings. A month before Demore filed her complaint, we found her mother filed her own lawsuit against Demore's husband, Javon, citing evidence Perez says he has abused her daughter for years, something the couple has denied in court records. In that lawsuit, Desiree Perez says she moved to Baker Act her daughter, fearing she was at risk of suicide and abusing prescription drugs.
I haven't seen anything
in my entire 20 years of practicing law that it is so clear that someone did something wrong.
Attorney Hilton Napoleon is representing DeMore in the lawsuit, which claims Perez harassed the couple for years, including making unfounded claims to get Javon arrested on multiple occasions for battery and domestic violence, charges prosecutors did not pursue.
The state attorney's office wrote a 11-page scathing closeout memoranda, which basically said that her mother made false allegations to the police.
In this closeout memo, a prosecutor with the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office cites DeMore's lack of cooperation and raises concerns about some of the evidence and how it was obtained. The prosecutor also wrote DeMore was wrongfully Baker Acted last year, something her mother's attorney disputes in this letter challenging many of the memo's other conclusions.
I have 3 different collateral sources of information that say that she's been acting psychotic, that she threatened to overdose yesterday.
DeMore's lawsuit alleges her mother conspired with prominent psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober, seen here in body camera video, and others to have DeMore committed for a mental health evaluation. Bober cites supporting evidence from her family and diagnosed DeMore with an unspecified psychosis. He ordered she be taken to Memorial Regional Hospital, where he is chief of psychiatry, and where results from drug tests taken upon admission were negative, according to records DeMore shared with us.
They told me your tox screens came out negative, and I go, I know. I don't do drugs.
In a statement, Dr. Bober's attorney said DeMore was placed under the Baker Act for 38 hours due to the potential risk of imminent harm she posed to herself, adding failing to take appropriate action would have been a breach of Dr. Bober's ethical and professional obligations. While DeMore was at Memorial, her mother further petitioned to have her transported to a different facility under Florida's Marchman Act, claiming again in court records that DeMore suffered from severe drug abuse. A judge granted that petition.
They ran the test. They knew that she had no drugs in her system and she was not abusing drugs. And the fact that you can't do anything about it is scary.
DeMore was sent to this treatment center in Deerfield Beach, where Dr. Bober serves as medical director.
Where are the people that are supposed to protect me from this happening?
According to her lawsuit, DeMore requested a hair follicle test at that facility called Life Skills, which detects drug use for at least the past 3 months, and which showed no drugs had been in DeMore. DeMore was held at Life Skills until April 8th. She shared discharge paperwork that lists a diagnosis of persistent depressive disorder, which she disputes. No medication was prescribed. Court records show DeMore was able to leave that day after her mother voluntarily dismissed the case. But DeMore says the damage has been done, and she feels a system designed to keep people safe failed to protect her.
Money, influence, and power should not be something that's used, right, or abused to hurt innocent people.
Perez has filed a motion to dismiss DeMore's complaint, asserting that the Baker Act and other legal proceedings she has undertaken were rooted in legitimate concern for her daughter's safety.
The Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office tells us they stand by their memo. Memorial Healthcare says they can't speak about DeMore's case because of the pending lawsuit. We also contacted Life Skills South Florida and have not yet heard back. BSO told us the incident involving DeMore is now internally under review. Amy Viteri, NBC.
You see what I'm talking about? Now, for this video may not last forever on YouTube, because before I post this video, I've heard that she and her team been taking out small channels, like small YouTube channels, small channels who talk about anything about this whole narrative about her daughter, been putting out there what she did wrong to her, kidnapping her daughter, put her in a mental and psychiatric hospital, this, that, and a third. You know how cruel you have to be as a mother to like make your daughter go through that just because you didn't like her husband? You say you try to protect them, but bruh, that is a helicopter mother to the most. Now I would love my child, and I don't think I will learn them to learn the hard way about when I tell him if I don't like somebody to go with them. I would just let them work the hard way. Now I will not go to that. You can watch from the far, but not to a point where I'm putting both my son and my daughter in jail, put my daughter in mental hospital just so you think, bro, that's insane. But I just to show you, man. Like I said, I'm even scared to make this video just because I'm worried about my channel getting striked. We'll see what happens. Leave your comment in this video. Let me know what you think. If you're first time to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys. Deuces.